Hello from Portland. This is a response to a video Chris did about politics. It made me think of some things I've been meaning to talk about related to politics and friendship and what those words mean. I sometimes read people on Facebook saying they would never end a friendship because of a disagreement about politics. And I think they must mean something different by friendship or something different by politics, because I can totally envision a friendship being broken up over a political disagreement. Obviously, I'm not going to stop being friends with someone or refuse to be friends with someone because they vote Republican or because they think the capital gains tax rate should be lower or something like that. But the word politics covers a lot of very important questions that go right to the heart of your values and your priorities and how you see the world. And I often see people post a quotation from Thomas Jefferson. I have no idea if it's a real quotation or not. A lot of quotations get attributed to Thomas Jefferson that were not said by Thomas Jefferson. And Thomas Jefferson was, although a great man, kind of an awful person. The quotation is something to the effect of, "I would never end a friendship over a disagreement about politics or religion." Now, assuming Jefferson said that, you have to bear in mind that one of the subjects that Thomas Jefferson would not end a friendship over was whether it was okay to own other human beings. So I think it's totally all right to have different standards of friendship than Thomas Jefferson had. Because if somebody on Facebook advocated owning other human beings, I wouldn't be friends with them. And that's an extreme example, but you could make it much less extreme. I don't get a lot of anti-gay comments on Facebook, obviously, because I'm pretty out on Facebook, and someone who had a problem really would not be my friend in the first place. Obviously, any kind of racism or sexism would be pretty disqualifying for me. There's two other issues where I've actually had to terminate some Facebook friendships, and those are welfare and immigration. And obviously, I think there's room for a lot of legitimate disagreement about both of those issues. People of goodwill can disagree. I was myself a pretty strong supporter of welfare reform when I worked for the government. Not because I think we should be spending less on welfare, I think we should spend more, but I think the spending should be geared toward equipping people to be self-sufficient. On immigration, I'm the parent of an immigrant, and I'm very pro-immigration, but I'm open to discussions about what kinds of limits there should be on immigration. But what I found I just can't stand are people who have a sort of contempt for either for immigrants or for people who are on public assistance, food stamps, or various forms of welfare. There is a certain kind of personality that seems to really resent and hate people who need public assistance or who come from other countries. If you're expressing contempt for human beings because they're poor or because they came here from somewhere else, I don't want to be your friend. The beauty of friendship is it really is totally voluntary. C.S. Lewis wrote a whole section on friendship in his book, The Four Loves, and he focused on this aspect of friendship that is totally voluntary. He says, no man is under a duty to be my friend, nor am I under a duty to be his. And that's what makes friendship so powerful and so meaningful. But if you accept that view of friendship, you also have to accept that a friendship can be ended if one or both of the friends feel they no longer share underlying assumptions or values or ways of looking at the world that made the friendship work in the first place. If you can't imagine yourself cutting off a friendship, then it's not really a friendship. It's just sort of people who are your coworkers in the job of your life.